Okay, let's talk about IELTS writing, and this this topic is going to explain or expand the traffic problems. The questions are: in order to solve traffic problems, government should tax private cars owners heavily and use the money to improve public transport. What are the advantages and disadvantages of such a solution? Okay, the essay consists of 4 paragraphs. The first is the introduction. The second is the benefit of the high car taxes, and the third are about the disadvantages of high car taxes, and the fourth paragraph completed with the conclusion about the writer opinion. Today, with the advancement in technology, per capita income and easily availability of car loans, the buying of cars become very easy for everyone, due to which roads there is a spike in the road congestion. To alleviate this issue, to minimize, to have solution, to alleviate this issue, it has been suggested by the scholars that the government should impose heavy taxes on private car owners and invest that money on enhancing the quality of public transport. There are many pros and cons of this move, which are discussed in detail in the following paragraph. The primary reasons for taxing the private automobile owners heavily are multifold. So the paragraph is have a complex word, so we can learn from this because it has a band edge for IELTS writing. Firstly, with the increase in the tax, a person will refrain himself from buying a car. Alleviate, refrain. It is a good beginning. Alleviate means meringankan, to reduce, lighten, relieve, easy, decrease. To alleviate and refrain. Refrain, hold, resist, keep, restrain, refrain. So it has a good preface. Firstly, with the interest in the tax, a person will refrain, himself from buying a car. Hence, the number of cars off the road will decrease, which will also plumb the air pollution level. For instance, as per result of an experiment conducted by the Indian government in which certain vehicles having number plate ending with even and odd numbers will play on days with even and odd dates respectively. The quality of air was improved drastically. Secondly, people will walk to bus stations, auto stands to hire a vehicle, leading to their more physical activities, eventually the health issues, a major concern of developed nation will also be catered. Will also be catered. Okay.
Catered.
Seratin. What is Seratin vehicle? So we can use
Seratin. Seratin vehicles.
Maybe it has a wrong grammar because it should be certain vehicles.
Certain vehicles.
Vehicles. Okay. The writer talked about the health issue, and this is a good idea to overcome how the high level of tax in private owners become a good in health issue. So this step will contribute to the initiative taken by many organizations for curbing the burning issues existing on this earth like global warming, health, obesity, etc. And the third paragraph talk about disadvantages. There are many disadvantages to this major act. The safety of girls, children would be at risk while traveling during the wee hours of the morning and evening. Therefore, every time the parents would have to accompany their kids, which is pretty difficult in the situation where both the parents are working. So the writer talk about the safety of the children. Okay, and this is the hypothesis that a good statement. Moreover, it is not always possible for everyone to travel to bus stands or auto stands all the time, mainly in case of illness. In such cases, door-to-door service is more beneficial, which is not provided by public transport. So, the second opinion, the writer talked about the health issue that someone uh, have. So they need door-to-door service. In other words, in case of an injury where immediate doctor's assistance is required, one cannot wait for an ambulance to come and take the patient to the hospital. And that juncture, having a personal car could save the life of an individual. So the advantages of this solution are overshadowed by the disadvantages. The writer used overshadow by the disadvantages. Overshadow. Did you overshadow your children or your boyfriends? Okay. To conclude, the government must first ensure that the safety of the passengers enhance the availability and frequency of public transport before implementing the steps to reduce the usage of personal cars. To conclude, the government must first ensure the safety of the passenger. So the writer use the safety of passenger, and that's the point. That's the important point when we talk about taking public transportation. Okay, and it's related from the first paragraph until the last paragraph. And hence the availability. And the second issue is the availability of the public transportation because it cannot be it cannot be ignored. Okay, cannot be ignored that the availability car in the city and in the rural area is different. Okay, and the frequency of public transport because sometimes the public transport can cannot operate in every time, like in the middle of the night. Okay, so this is to enhance the availability and the frequency of public transport before implementing the steps to reduce the usage of personal cars. Looking at the advantages of owning an automobile, it is anticipated that it has become a necessity, and it's anticipated that this trend will keep on thriving in the future.
A necessity, and it is anticipated that this trend will keep on thriving in the future.
Okay.
A necessity, and it is anticipated that this trend will keep on thriving in the future.
It's a good conclusion, right? Okay, and let's meet for the next.